Seven of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles is very often a card about returns on investments. This can be literal, such as a bank account returning money to you, or figuratively, such as the investments of time, effort, and energy that you have put into a relationship. You will be reaping what you have sown. This is generally positive. In general, you should be feeling more secure than you have in a while. Things will be moving along well, and you'll be feeling hopeful about the future, with good cause. You may have to decide whether to put your energy into the things, people, and situations that you already are involved with, or whether to spend your energy trying to bring more into your life. Choose wisely. Work. Your work is likely to be going smoothly and you will be reaping the rewards of past efforts. What is happening now or in the immediate future will be a direct result of what you have done in the past. Your finances are likely to be flowing well. You may not be rolling in money, but you will certainly have enough to get by, and then some. Love. With regard to love, the Seven of Pentacles points to things going well for the person that you have your heart set on. If you are not in a committed relationship, you need to be open to other possibilities. However, none of us have just one person that is the only person that we can be with and have a deep, soulful, happy relationship. Don't give in to feelings of suspicion or fear. All is well. Finances. This card is an excellent omen for finances. You are likely to have invested wisely, either in terms of traditional investments or in terms of your time and energy. This is not a time to gamble, however. Being conservative and thoughtful about where you put your resources, especially newfound resources, is key. Health. You are reaping the results of your past behavior. It's never too late to improve this, however. Today sows the seeds of your tomorrow, very often. Examine your belief system. Do you see yourself as someone who is sick, or someone who is filled with health? Even if you are stressed to the utmost regarding your time and energy, you can take 2 seconds out of your day to think positively. Spirituality. You will be focused on the reality that life is cyclical, and that what goes around always, without fail, will come around. Remember that when you make a point to be generous, whether with time, energy, or money, that too is an investment in your own future. Share what you have. Accept gratefully what you are given. Tarot history. The history of the tarot is shrouded in mystery. Very little in the way of concrete information is known about its origin, although many things have been written about it. We will probably never know the truth, as fact and fiction seem to be irrevocably mixed nowadays. The tarot originated in northern Italy in the early 15th century, sometime between 1420 to 1440. Despite the fact that it is often attributed to originating from China, Egypt, India, or Morocco, to name just a few, there is absolutely no evidence that this is the case. Nor, as is often quoted, is there any evidence whatsoever that the tarot was brought to Europe by the Romanis. The name tarot is often attributed to being Egyptian, Hebrew, or Latin. This is not the case. The earliest names are all Italian in origin. The cards were originally called carte de triomphe. Around 1530 the word tarocchi began to be used to differentiate them from a new game of triumphs that was in vogue at the time. The etymology of this new word is unknown. The German variant was known as tarot and the French tarot. The symbolism for the tarot is drawn from the culture of medieval and Renaissance Europe. The tarot subjects are distinctive to European Christendom. The symbolism does not come from Egypt or any of the other exotic locales often mentioned. It is often stated that modern-day playing cards evolved from the tarot. This is not the case. Modern-day playing cards came to Europe courtesy of Islam. They were an adaptation of the Islamic Mamluk cards. They appeared quite suddenly in many different European cities between 1375 and 1378. These early cards had suits of cups, swords, coins, and polo sticks, and courts consisting of a king and two male underlings. The tarot adds the Fool, the trumps, and a set of queens to this system. Sometime before 1480, the French introduced cards with the now familiar suits of hearts, clubs, spades, and diamonds. The Joker is not original to either the early form of modern-day cards, or to the tarot, but instead originated in the USA around 1857 and was used as a wild card in poker as well as the highest trump in euchre. It is also often stated that the Catholic and Protestant churches outlawed the tarot and all who used it in an effort to stamp out so-called heretical teachings. This is not the case. The Inquisition documented what the Church considered as evidence of heresy in great detail. The tarot was not even mentioned. After the Reformation, less controversial images for the Pope and Papess were substituted by card makers as the Church had objected to the original images. It is often said that the tarot was not used as a divination tool prior to 1781. The tarot was used as early as the 16th century to compose poems describing personality characteristics. There is historical evidence that in one case at least these verses were presented as relating to the person's fate. In other words, divination. Divinatory meanings were assigned to the tarot in Bologna in the early 1700s, and this is the first unambiguous evidence of tarot divination. Ordinary playing cards were connected with divination as early as 1487. It is not unreasonable to think that the tarot was also. The tarot has often been attributed with being a pillar of Western esoterica occultism. This is certainly not the case. The first occult writers to discuss the tarot were Court de Gobelin and the Comte de Melot in 1781. The tarot was not mentioned in any occult work for the first 350 years of its existence. The terms Major Arcana, Minor Arcana, High Priestess, and Hierophant are anachronistic when referring to the older tarot decks. The historically appropriate terms are the trumps and the fool, the suit cards, Papess or Popess, and Pope. Likewise, pentacles and wands are relatively recent substitutions for the traditional suit names of coins and staves or batons. The original Italian titles of the cards were in some cases different from the later French titles that have become familiar to us through the Tarot de Marseille and its descendants. Also, the ordering of the trumps varied considerably in Italy where the cards originated. It is not known which ordering is the earliest one. Even the number of cards in the deck varied a great deal. So care should be used in making statements about the original meaning of the cards based on the familiar titles and ordering. Many believe that the Waite-Smith Tarot is the original, standard, or most authentic tarot deck in existence. This is absolutely untrue. The Waite-Smith/Rider-Waite deck was created in 1909, not even 100 years ago, making it a relative newcomer in the almost 600-year history of the tarot. There is actually no definitive version of the tarot.